Rook Endgames. In that also Lucena Position. Well, you might be wondering what I am talking about. Well guys, in chess it is said like most of the end games which occur are Rook Endgames, and in that Rook Endgame also one position is very important to be studied. That position's name is Lucena Position. So what is really the Lucena Position? Why I am talking about this thing is that Lucena Position is the position which is there on the board where our pawn will be on the 7th rank, okay, and the king will be stuck there on 8th rank. Well, why it is stuck? Because opponent's rook will be there which is controlling him not to go from the left side. Okay, on the right side you can see the king is there which is controlling this two important square. The king cannot really escape unless and until you can move your king in front of the pawn. You cannot queen the pawn. Okay, and just to let you know that this position is actually winning, but you need to know how to win the position. So guys, this is FIDE instructor Atul Dahale, and I'll be showing you the correct technique to win in this position. So let's start with our topic of discussion, like how to win in Lucena position. Okay, so here what to do. There is like schematic thinking you need to use, that you need to adopt step-by-step planning. Okay, so first thing first, what you should do, you should try to create some space for your king. Then only you will be able to push the pawn to the queening square. Okay, so here how to do that? First thing is like we can give a check to our opponent's king. This is what we should do. We should give a check to our opponent's king, asking him to go away. If he tries to stick around the pawn and plays king f6, then it will be a mistake for him, because he will play king f8, means we will play king f8, and our pawn is unstoppable and the pawn will be queening. Okay, fair enough. Now he will play this move, and if you think that okay, what to do in this position and just bring the king up and win the game, it will not really win the game, because your opponent will keep on giving you checks and we don't have any shelter here. Okay, he will, and we cannot even leave the pawn. You can come maximum to this square, and after the check we have to go back to pawn and support the pawn. So what to do in this kind of position? He will keep on giving you check, and in order to stop the checks we have to go back to the 8th rank where we will be having a shelter with the pawn, and we need to think what to do. He will again come back to this square, not allow you to go to that side also hold. So here we need to think what we should do, and here I will tell you there is a very interesting thing, is that the technique's name is called as the building the bridge technique. Okay, so where to build the bridge and why it is called as the bridge? Okay, it is called as, also called as the umbrella. So the checks are there, they're like the rain, right? And we need to have one umbrella which will be like a shield from the check. So we should build the bridge on 4th rank. Well, why 4th rank? 4th rank build the bridge means we will be putting our rook on the 4th rank and we will try to stop the checks. Okay, why not put it on the 5th rank? Because if you put it on the 5th rank like rook g5, then opponent's king will just attack the rook, and that is what we don't want. We want one move for our king to come out. Okay, so here opponent will play something like rook d2 and will bring the king up. Now he might give us a check. That's the way we looked at. He will play this move. Again he might give us a check. He will play this move. Again he might give a check. Okay, we'll be looking at if he doesn't give the check what to do. But first of all, understand what happens if he keeps on giving us a check. So he'll play this move. And unlike the last time which we looked at, here in this position we were forced to go behind to support the pawn, because if you don't go behind, the pawn will be free of cost. Okay, and the game will be drawn. Here, as we have kept our rook on the 4th rank, that is the building the bridge. The building the bridge technique will be completed once we play our rook here and there is no check. We have stopped all the checks from black side, and if he captures here, the king is quite away from the pawn. Pawn will be queening, and we know how to win this game. And if he doesn't capture, if he plays somewhere else, then also we'll be queening the pawn and the game will be winning for white. Okay, and what happens if you go back in this position? What happens if he doesn't give a check and just play one waiting move? You cannot queen the pawn, right? And if you go back and try to queen the pawn, again he will give you checks, so we cannot make any progress in that case also. So in such position where your opponent is waiting, you should play rook g5, a very sneaky move, because now our idea is to play rook e5, stop the checks. He will not capture the pawn. If he captures the pawn, he will be rook down. And now once we play rook g5 in this position, then no matter if he gives the check, we can play king e6. Again our idea is to just queen the pawn. If he gives the check, we'll be stopping the checks with rook e5 and game will be winning for us. Okay, so one more thing I would like to tell you before we sign off, that in the position, if we had played rook g5, okay, and he plays the same thing again in this position, then the waiting idea which was there will not be working for us, because as I said, like okay, I hope that you understood the technique which we just looked at, and this is what Lucena position is all about. So guys, thank you for watching this video. In your game, I hope you will be able to perform the technique very well, and you will win the game when you are having one extra pawn in the game. So we'll be meeting very soon with new video, with new endgame technique or some middle game or opening. Till that moment, take care and goodbye. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.